Have you ever trusted a fruit because it was labeled healthy, only to discover it might be aging you faster than time itself? Yes, some fruits, the very ones we're told are good for digestion or full of nutrients, may actually be spiking your blood sugar worse than a can of soda, damaging your brain, and silently accelerating aging with every bite. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed something shocking. A 65 who regularly consumed high-sugar fruits had a 50% developing metabolic dangerous condition, heart failure, and type 2 diabetes. The scariest part? These are often the fruits advertised as natural and wholesome. As we age, our metabolism slows, our cells become more fragile, and our ability to process sugar declines rapidly. That means the wrong fruit can do real damage fast. But here's the good news. Fruits act like natural medicine for older adults. They lower blood pressure, boost heart health, and may even help your brain stay years younger than your birth certificate says. In today's video, we'll reveal 4 fruits that every senior should eat daily, and 4 you should avoid at all costs. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the end, because the last one on the avoid list is sweet, juicy, wildly popular, and silently draining your energy and shortening your life. Before we dive in, drop a comment below and tell us where you're watching from. And if you care about your health or the well-being of someone you love, give this video a like and hit subscribe. We've got more life-changing tips coming your way. Let's get into it. 4th, avocados. Technically, it's a fruit, and it definitely deserves a place in the daily diet of anyone over 60. For years, we were told to avoid fat. But the truth is, not all fats are bad. The kind found in avocados? That's the good kind, especially for your heart. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, which has been shown to lower harmful LDL cholesterol and raise HDL, the type your body actually needs. That kind of support is crucial for anyone trying to protect their heart from serious issues like stroke or heart attack. And it doesn't stop there. Most people don't realize that avocados actually contain more potassium than bananas, nearly 1,000 milligrams per fruit. Potassium helps relax your blood vessels, reduce the effects of excess sodium, and naturally support healthier blood pressure. That's a big win, especially since nearly 2 out of 3 adults over 65 deal with hypertension. Avocados also offer another big benefit. They support your vision. They're loaded with lutein, an antioxidant that helps protect your eyes and slow the progression of age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. But perhaps one of the most underrated strengths is how they help your body absorb nutrients. Many essential vitamins like D, E, and K are fat-soluble. That means you need fat to fully absorb them. Adding avocado to a salad or cooked can boost your body's ability to absorb these vitamins by up to 15 times. It's a simple way to get more right without relying on supplements. So, how much should you eat? Just half an avocado a day is enough. Spread it on whole grain toast, blend it into a smoothie, or eat it with a spoon and a little lemon. However you enjoy it, this fruit can make a real difference in how you feel and how you age. Avocado isn't just healthy. For older adults, it's a quiet but powerful way to stay strong, sharp, and steady. Let's move on to fruit number 3, the apple. Apples are packed with fiber, especially a type called pectin, which plays a key role in feeding the healthy bacteria in your gut. And as we age, a healthier gut means more than just smoother digestion. It also supports a stronger immune system and better nutrient absorption, which become more and more important over time. But what makes apples truly remarkable is what they do for your heart. Pectin binds to cholesterol, eliminate. Over time, this process can help lower your LDL, the bad cholesterol, and reduce your risk of heart disease. Apples are also rich in flavonoids like quercetin, which help reduce inflammation and support cardiovascular function. Despite their sweet taste, apples have a relatively low glycemic load. Thanks to their fiber content, they slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, helping to avoid sudden blood sugar spikes. That's especially helpful for older adults who are insulin resistant or managing type 2 diabetes. Plus, the combination of fiber and water in apples makes them incredibly filling, which can naturally reduce cravings and help with weight control. And here's something most people don't realize: chewing apples stimulates saliva production. That extra saliva helps protect your teeth and gums, reducing the risk of cavities and gum disease, which tend to become more common as we age. Red, green, or yellow, apples are one of the most accessible and versatile fruits out there, and adding just one to your daily routine can help support nearly every major system in your body. Now let's talk about fruit number 2, the pomegranate. It may not be the first fruit that comes to mind when you're thinking about daily snacks, but for older adults, this ruby red fruit is like liquid gold for the heart. As we age, our arteries naturally begin to stiffen. This can restrict blood flow, raise blood pressure, and force the heart to work harder than it would. What makes pomegranates special is their powerful supply of punicalagina, potent antioxidant that's been shown to reduce oxidative stress in the arteries by more than 30%, according to studies published in the journal Atherosclerosis. In fact, punicalagin has been found to have up to 3 times the antioxidant activity of red wine or green tea. And that matters. When oxidative stress builds up, it causes inflammation and narrowing in your artery, similar to rust forming inside old plumbing. But punicalagin helps clear the buildup, making it easier for your blood to flow smoothly. On top of that, drinking pomegranate juice has been shown to reduce systolic blood pressure by anywhere from 5 to 21% in people with hypertension. That's a big deal for older adults trying to manage blood pressure without adding more medication. Not just about the heart. Pomegranate boosting benefit too. In a UCLA study, older adults who drank pomegranate juice daily showed measurable improvements in verbal memory compared to those who didn't. That's significant, especially since memory loss is one of the most feared parts of aging. Worried about your teeth or gums? Pomegranate juice offers most of the same benefits as the seeds, without needing to chew. Even concentrated antioxidant supplements made from pomegranate extract have shown promising effects, though eating the whole fruit gives you extra fiber and nutrients. The best part? You don't need a full glass every day. Even half a cup of the seeds or a splash of juice in your morning smoothie can make a difference. And unlike many sweet fruits, pomegranates have a low glycemic index, meaning they won't spike your blood sugar. That makes them an excellent option for older adults dealing with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Just be sure to choose 100% pure pomegranate juice with no added sugar. And if you're on blood thinners, it's smart to check with your doctor first, as pomegranates can mildly interact with certain medications. But for most people, this isn't just a healthy fruit. It's a way to help your heart stay younger, longer. And finally, at the top of our list, berry, especially blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. These vibrant little fruits might be small, but they pack one of the most powerful combinations of age-defying benefits found in any food, especially for the aging brain. What makes them so valuable for older adults is how they directly support cognitive function and brain health. Berries are rich in anthocyanins, natural plant compounds that give blueberries their deep color and act as potent antioxidants. Once inside the body, these compounds help reduce inflammation in the brain and improve communication between brain cells. A groundbreaking study published in the Annals of Neurology found that older adults who consumed just 2 servings of blueberries per week experienced a measurable delay in cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years. In other words, their brains functioned as if they were years younger. This brain protective effect may come from berries' unique ability to cross the blood-brain barrier and directly neutralize oxidative damage in brain tissue. But the benefits don't stop with memory. Blueberries have also been shown to improve balance, and coordination, two key factors in preventing falls. One of the leading causes of injury among seniors. Their heart health benefits are just as impressive. Regular berry consumption has been linked to lower blood pressure, more flexible arteries, and reduced markers of inflammation, all of which help protect against heart disease, the top cause of death in older adults. Even beyond the heart and brain, berries help regulate blood sugar. Thanks to their fiber and bioactive compounds, they can slow down the absorption of sugar after meals, preventing dangerous spikes that often worsen diabetes or prediabetes in older adults. Each cup of berries delivers around 8 grams of fiber, which also supports digestion and promotes regular bowel movements gently and without irritating sensitive digestive systems. Just 1 cup a day, whether added to oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothie scan, make a noticeable difference in your energy, focus, and even your mood. Just be sure to choose fresh or frozen berries for the best results. And one quick tip before we move on: skip the dried versions of these fruits. They're often loaded with added sugar, which can cancel out many of the health benefits we just talked about. Now that we've covered the top 4 fruits every older adult should be eating, let's turn to the other side of the story: the fruits seniors should avoid. And we're starting with one that might already be hiding in your kitchen right now. Fruit number 4 on our avoid list is grapes. At first glance, grapes seem like a harmless and even healthy snack. They're small, sweet, and refreshing. Red and black varieties are often praised for their antioxidants. But for older adults, grapes can be deceptively dangerous. The biggest concern? Their extremely high sugar content combined with very little fiber. Grapes contain a type of sugar called glucose fructose. And because they're so easy to pop into your mouth by the handful, it's easy to eat more than you realize. Just 1 cup of grapes can pack about 23 grams of sugar. That's roughly the same as a small candy bar. For seniors who are already managing blood sugar issues, that can spell real trouble. The lack of fiber means that sugar hits the bloodstream fast, causing glucose, and these spikes aren't just momentary. They're linked to weight gain, inflammation, and a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. 2. Grapes are often coated with. For adults with weakened immune systems or sensitive digestion, that exposure can be riskier than it seems. Even the skin's thin and easy to chew offer little nutritional value compared to the peels of fruits like apples or pears. So what's the bottom line? Grapes may look innocent, but they're essentially a blood sugar disaster in disguise, especially for older adults trying to maintain stable energy, a healthy weight, and good metabolic health. Fruit number 3 to avoid: dried fruit. While it might seem like a healthy and convenient snack, especially for older adults, dried fruit, particularly the kind processed commercially with sulfite tests, can do more harm than good. The most urgent concern is its highly concentrated sugar content. When fruit is dried, the water is removed, leaving behind a dense form of fruit sugar with little fiber to slow its impact. For example, a small handful of dried apricots can contain nearly as much sugar as eating multiple fresh ones without the volume or water content to trigger fullness. This makes it easy to consume excessive amounts of fructose in just a few bites. And for older adults managing diabetes or insulin resistance, even a small portion can cause sharp blood sugar spikes. Over time, these spikes may not only increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, but can also make existing diabetes much harder to control. But the damage doesn't stop there. These sugar surges also fuel inflammation throughout the body, which can worsen joint pain from arthritis, accelerate cognitive decline, and weaken the immune system, something no older adult can afford. To make matters worse, many store-bought dried fruits are treated with sulfites, chemical preservatives used to keep them looking bright and shelf-stable. For sensitive individuals, these can trigger serious asthma-like reactions. And seniors who often have age-related changes in lung function or pre-existing respiratory conditions like COPD or asthma are especially vulnerable. While only about 1 in 100 people may be sensitive to sulfites, that number increases significantly among older adults with breathing issues. When you combine the intense sugar concentration with inflammatory preservatives, dried fruits become a risky choice, especially for seniors dealing with inflammatory conditions like arthritis, which affects nearly half of all adults over 65. Fruit number 2. To avoid: unripe bananas. While ripe bananas with a few brown spots can be a healthy option for many older adults, green or underripe bananas present a very different story, and not in a good way. The main issue lies in their high content of resistant starch. Unlike the natural sugars in ripe bananas, resistant starch doesn't break down easily. It resists digestion in the small intestine and can become problematic for aging digestive systems. As we get older, our bodies often produce fewer digestive enzymes and experience slower gut movement. That makes it harder to break down foods like unripe bananas. The result? Bloating, gas, stomach discomfort, and even cramping, especially for seniors dealing with irritable bowel syndrome or inflammatory bowel conditions, both of which become more common with age. And the discomfort is only part of the problem. Resistant starch can actually interfere with your ability to absorb nutrients from other foods eaten in the same meal. For older adults who may already be struggling with nutrient deficiencies, whether from medication interactions, a reduced appetite, or age-related absorption changes, this can make a real difference in how much nourishment their body actually gets. There's also the issue of tannins, the compounds responsible for the chalky, puckering sensation of unripe bananas. These can irritate the lining of the gut, potentially triggering inflammation in people with sensitive digestion. From a nutritional standpoint, green bananas offer far fewer antioxidants compared to their ripe counterparts. Those beneficial compounds increase significantly as the banana ripens. And for older adults looking to get anti-inflammatory benefits from their fruit, that drop in antioxidants makes unripe bananas a poor choice. And finally, at the very top of the list of fruits older adults should avoid: grapefruit. This might come as a surprise. Grapefruit is often seen as a healthy choice, great for weight control and packed with nutrients. But for seniors taking certain medications, this fruit can pose serious, even life-threatening risks. The danger comes from compounds called furanocoumarins. These interfere with an enzyme in your gut called CYP3A4, which is responsible for metabolizing over 85 common medications. When this enzyme is blocked, the drugs you take can build up to dangerously high levels in your bloodstream. It's like taking multiple doses at once, even if you only took the prescribed amount. This raises the risk of side effects dramatically, some of which can be severe or even fatal, depending on the medication. And we're not talking about rare or obscure drugs here. The list includes some of the most commonly prescribed medications for older adults: cholesterol, lowering statins like atorvastatin, lovastatin, and simvastatin; certain blood pressure medications like calcium channel blockers, for example, nifedipine; anti-anxiety drugs like buspirone; antiarrhythmics like amiodarone; and even some antihistamines and immunosuppressants. Here's just one example. Eating grapefruit while taking Lipitor, atorvastatin, can increase the drug's concentration in your blood by over 400%, raising the risk of serious side effects like muscle breakdown and kidney damage. What's even more alarming, you don't need a lot. Just half a grapefruit or a small glass of juice can trigger these interactions, and the effects can last for up to 72 hours. That means simply spacing out your medication and your fruit intake doesn't solve the problem. Because the risk is so significant and affects so many widely used medications, grapefruit ranks as the #1 fruit older adults should avoid, or at the very least, approach with extreme caution. If you're on any prescription medication, it is absolutely essential to talk to your doctor or pharmacist before eating grapefruit or drinking its juice. Don't assume it's safe. The potential for dangerous drug interactions is simply too great to ignore. This is one fruit that may look innocent, but hides a very real and powerful risk. So now you know which fruits can help you thrive and which ones might quietly be working against your health. The good ones like avocado, apples, pomegranates, and berry scan support a sharper mind, slower aging, and a stronger, more energized body. But the harmful ones like grapefruit, dried fruits, unripe bananas, and even grapes may look harmless. Yet they can silently drain your energy, spike your blood sugar, and fuel the kind of inflammation that puts your health at serious risk. What's scary is how subtle it all is. Most people have no idea that a handful of choose wisely, eat with awareness, and whenever possible, pair your fruit with a little protein or healthy fat to help keep your blood sugar stable. Now we want to hear from you. Have you been eating any of these bad fruits without knowing the risks? Which one surprised you the most? Have you ever had an unexpected reaction to a fruit you thought was healthy? Share stories with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and take good care of yourself.